studying abroad in New Zealand was one of the most amazing experiences that I've ever had. I came here to learn about sports in another country, as well as movement and physical activities, but I actually ended up learning a lot more about, culture, the new identities, and how societies shape, you know, different sports in different countries. So, this video is just a reflection of how the experience in New Zealand just kind of shaped my personal growth, and it helped me understand sport in New Zealand compared to the United States, and also how, sports in New Zealand are managed compared to the United States, and the different meanings to society that they have compared to the United States. And here's me with the classmates at a karaoke. So during this trip, I'd say that the biggest areas of growth for me were developing a stronger sense of awareness and definitely, definitely cultural understanding. So, for example, during our tour of Parliament, I just noticed uh, how much emphasis New Zealand places on the representation of the country, the fairness, and of course the inclusion of the decision making, which I thought was really cool because you could even call or Zoom them and they would listen to your suggestions, even if you were not in the country. So, yeah, it just helped me kind of understand how the government and society are just, really close together in terms of values of equality and the well-being of the whole community and the whole country, basically. So it just this experience just kind of made me reflect on how different countries prioritize different things in their sports, and in their societies, because in the United States I'm more used to systems where it's more of a emphasis on individual achievement and just being the best in your sport. While here in New Zealand, it's a little bit quite the opposite because they more focused on collective collective responsibility and being more inclusive to everybody, not just the elite athletes of every sport. This trip also made me more aware into thinking of more about who's included in these systems and who actually has a voice, and how culture shapes what we think is normal. So while here in the U.S., uh, women's sports are celebrated just as much as men's in terms of rugby, and then we go back to the U.S. and women's soccer is celebrated way more than men's, but in other sports it's not the same, and so we celebrate men more than women in other sports. While here in New Zealand, I feel like it's more equal. And here I have one of my favorite parts of the trip. I don't know why, but I just like the musical performance here.
So we're heading to the gym right now in Hamilton. Got my energy drink and I got my water, and we're ready to walk down to the gym right now. Check it out here in New Zealand. All right, be there in a bit and see what it looks like because it's leg day today. All right, so after surfing and lunch, I'm gonna hit some upper body at this gym here. This is the gym I went to yesterday. It gets down, has everything. Not gonna lie. So we're gonna go again today, do some upper body. See how so you can see it from out here. So go inside right now. Check it out. Look how sick this gym is, dude. This is the entrance right here to the gym. Well, that guy's going in. And then there's stuff in there. And this is the gym too. So you kind of see the stuff in there. And they got like classes or something over here. I don't know what the hell. Like, I don't know. But dang, it's a pretty sick gym. I'm gonna check it out right now. I'm gonna go inside.
I'd say one of the more interesting parts of the trip would be the Paralympics seminar, because it kind of changed what I think about sport and ability, and how New Zealand is very inclusive to this. They are very supportive of their Paralympic athletes compared to the United States, which I think is a very cool major difference. So personally, I believe this experience has changed the way I see sport and my role in the world, and so I'm much more aware of how culture shapes things in different countries, in ways from like how the way people play sports to how societies define success and inclusiveness as well. And here we have a picture of nachos after I was told that these were tacos, which I thought was hilarious. And here are some shots of the food in New Zealand, which I found interesting because they don't really have their own food. They mostly have foods from other countries. So I couldn't really find an established New Zealand dish. So I would say that studying abroad in New Zealand has helped me grow as a person. It definitely has changed the way I see the sports there, not just in terms of like competition, but more as something that like builds community, reflects the culture, such as the Maori people and the Haka and rugby, and things that just bring people together, such as soccer growing in New Zealand, which was interesting because during my time there, I got to see the New Zealand men's national team beat a South American team for the first time ever in New Zealand, which I found really, really cool. So this has just been an amazing experience, and it's just, of course, just to help me understand sports in different countries, the cultures, and the way, how they compare to the U.S. in terms of the way they ran, what they prioritize, and just how much different they are to the way we do things here in the United States.